Welcome to Max Life, Man, the podcast where science meets your daily life. I'm Dr. Sterling Thorne, and today we're diving into something every man battles but few truly master: sleep. Gentlemen, let's start with a hard truth. If you think falling asleep is just about being tired enough, you've been misled. Neuroscience tells a different story. Dr. Andrew Huberman, the renowned Stanford neurobiologist from the Huberman lab, has shown us through decades of research that sleep is not passive. It's an active, trainable process. Think about it. You can lift weights to build muscle, you can study to sharpen your mind, but you can also train your brain to sleep better. Sleep isn't luck, it's biology. And the reason so many of us toss and turn at night isn't because we're broken. It's because we've never been taught the science. And before we go deeper, let me ask you for something simple but powerful. Hit that like button right now. Not for me, for you. Because when you do, you're declaring, I'm ready to rewire my brain to fall asleep faster and to wake up with sharper focus and stronger energy. And here's the fascinating part. Men who take that tiny action, even a click, start to notice it. Call it psychology, call it neuroscience, call it the universe. It doesn't matter. Something shifts. So if you press like now, may you be blessed tonight with deep rest, with vivid dreams, and with the kind of sleep that restores not just your body, but your purpose. Gentlemen, in this episode, we're going to break down the proven science of how to fall asleep and stay asleep, drawn from the world's leading sleep researchers. And yes, the insights of Dr. Andrew Huberman himself. By the end, you'll not only know how to sleep better, you'll understand why sleep is the hidden superpower of your health, your focus, and your future. The science of sleep. Gentlemen, let's pull back the curtain on what sleep really is. Neuroscience, especially the work of Dr. Andrew Huberman from Stanford, has mapped out the process in incredible detail. And here's the truth. Sleep is not a switch, it's a rhythm. Your body runs on something called the circadian rhythm, a 24-hour internal clock that controls when you feel awake and when you feel drowsy. It's not random. It's tied to light, temperature, hormones, and even the choices you make during the day. If your sleep feels broken, it's often because your rhythm is out of tune. Here's the first lever: light. The cells in your eyes don't just see. They tell your brain what time it is. When you expose your eyes to bright natural light in the first hour after waking, ideally sunlight, not your phone, you're sending a powerful signal. It's morning, time to be alert. That early light spikes cortisol in a healthy way, sets your dopamine system in motion, and this is the key. Starts a countdown that tells your brain when to release melatonin later in the evening. Miss the morning light, and you confuse your brain's clock. The second lever is temperature. Your body temperature rises during the day and drops at night. That drop is what helps trigger sleepiness. So when you take a warm shower before bed, it's not the heat that knocks you out. It's the rapid cooling afterwards that signals to your body, now it's time to sleep. Huberman calls this leveraging the temperature minimum. If you're constantly in a hot room or scrolling under blankets with your phone's blue light, you're fighting your biology. Third lever, caffeine and stimulants. Most men don't realize caffeine has a half-life of 6-8 hours. That late afternoon coffee, it's still blocking your adenosine, the chemical that makes you sleepy, well past midnight. Huberman's simple rule, no caffeine after 2 p.m., that alone can be life-changing. Fourth lever, dopamine and overstimulation. If you're scrolling social media at night, your dopamine is spiking when it should be winding down. That tricks your brain into thinking it's still daytime for motivation and reward. Replace it with something calming, reading, journaling, stretching, and you'll feel your nervous system downshift naturally. And of course, the hero of sleep, melatonin. But here's the truth most people miss. Melatonin doesn't make you sleep. It's not a sedative. It's a signal, a time stamp. It tells your body when to sleep, not how deeply. The real depth of sleep comes from aligning your light, temperature, and habits with your circadian rhythm. Supplements may nudge the process, but the foundation is behavioral. So let me give you a practical challenge. Tomorrow morning, step outside for 5-10 minutes of direct light within an hour of waking. No sunglasses, no glass window, just you and the sun. Then at night, dim your lights 2 hours before bed. Simple, free, but incredibly powerful. Try it for 3 days and notice how much faster you fall asleep. Gentlemen, science makes it clear. Your brain is not broken. You don't need hacks, you need alignment. Once you sync light, temperature, dopamine, and melatonin with your circadian rhythm, sleep stops being a struggle. It becomes your body's natural superpower again. So if you're ready to reclaim your nights and wake with real energy, drop the word sleep in the comments. Let this be your declaration that you're taking back control. Practical night and morning protocols. Gentlemen, now that we understand the neuroscience, it's time to get tactical. Science is only as good as the systems you build from it. Dr. Huberman often says, protocols turn biology into behavior. So let's design yours morning and night. Bright button morning protocols start the clock right. Light before screens. Within 30-60 minutes of waking, step outside for 5-10 minutes of natural light. No sunglasses, no glass barriers, even on cloudy days. The photons are strong enough to set your circadian rhythm. This is non-negotiable. Your phone can wait. Movement early. Gentle exercise in the first hours, walking, stretching, light cardio tells your nervous system, we're awake, we're alive, let's go. It raises body temperature and primes focus. Caffeine curfew. Delay your first coffee 60-90 minutes after waking. Why? Because you allow adenosine, the sleep pressure chemical, to clear naturally. This avoids the mid-afternoon crash and stabilizes energy across the day. Hydration plus salt. First drink, water with a pinch of salt or electrolytes. Your body lost fluids overnight. Rehydration sets the foundation for alertness better than any espresso shot. Crescent moon night protocols land the plane smoothly. Dim the lights. 2 hours before bed, lower the brightness in your home. Use warm lamps instead of overhead LEDs. Think cave mode. This signals melatonin release and tells your brain, night is here. Temperature trick. Keep your bedroom cool, ideally 65-68 degrees F, 18-20 degrees C. If you run hot, try a warm shower 60 minutes before bed. The drop in core body temp afterwards triggers drowsiness. Digital sunset. No screens in bed. Scrolling floods your brain with dopamine and blue light, both of which scream daytime. Replace with reading, journaling, or light stretching. Your body will thank you. Anchor your bedtime. Neuroscience shows that a consistent sleep-wake schedule stabilizes your circadian rhythm. Pick a window, say 10:30-11:00 p.m., and stick to it, even on weekends. Your brain loves rhythm more than randomness. Hammer bonus tools. Breath work, try a physiological sigh, 2 quick inhales, 1 long exhale to lower stress before bed. Huberman highlights this as a powerful downshift for the nervous system. Mind dump, write tomorrow's tasks on paper. Offloading thoughts clears cognitive clutter, lowering midnight anxiety spikes. Caffeine cutoff, remember, no caffeine after 2 p.m. It's not discipline, it's chemistry. Gentlemen, don't overthink this. You don't need 20 hacks, you need 3-4 anchors in the morning and 3-4 at night. Stack them consistently, and in weeks your sleep becomes effortless. So here's my challenge. Commit to 1 morning protocol and 1 night protocol starting tonight. Then drop a comment, I'm in. Because when you make it public, you hold yourself accountable and your brain takes the declaration seriously. Remember, sleep is not weakness. Sleep is strategy. And the men who master it don't just live longer, they live sharper, stronger, and more unstoppable. Common sleep killers and how to fix them. Gentlemen, let's be honest. For many of you, it's not that you can't sleep, it's that you're secretly sabotaging yourself. The science is clear. The biggest enemies of your sleep are not mysteries, they are habits. And the good news, once you see them, you can crush them. Tumbler glass sleep killer #1 alcohol at night. You think that nightcap helps you unwind? Wrong. Neuroscience proves alcohol fragments deep sleep. Sure, you may fall asleep faster, but your brain spends less time in REM and slow-wave sleep, the very phases that repair memory and muscles. Translation, you wake up groggy, unfocused, and craving more caffeine. Fix it. If you drink, stop 3 hours before bed. Better yet, swap alcohol for a calming ritual. herbal tea, magnesium, or breathwork. You'll actually feel rested in the morning. Mobile phone sleep killer #2 screens in bed. Scrolling in the dark is the modern man's self-destruction. Blue light slams the brakes on melatonin production, and dopamine spikes from endless feeds keep your brain buzzing when it should be downshifting. That's why you just check Instagram and suddenly it's 1:00 a.m. Fix it. Institute a digital sunset 1 hour before bed. Phone charging station outside the bedroom. Replace with reading or journaling. Think of it as tucking your brain into bed. Anxious face with sweat sleep killer #3 stress and racing thoughts. Your body's ready, but your mind won't shut up. The amygdala, your fear center, hijacks the night. You replay arguments, deadlines, and what-ifs. Stress hormones keep your heart rate up, blocking deep sleep. Fix it 2 words, physiological sigh, inhale twice, exhale long. Just 3-5 rounds lowers CO2 in the blood and signals the nervous system to calm down. Pair this with a 5-minute mind dump, write down tomorrow's tasks. Get them out of your head and onto paper. Hamburger sleep killer #4 heavy late night eating. Big dinner at 10 p.m. Your digestive system is cranking while your circadian rhythm is trying to slow down. The result, restless tossing, shallow sleep, and morning fatigue. Fix it, front-load your calories earlier in the day. If you must snack late, keep it light, protein or healthy fats. No sugar bombs, your gut and brain will both thank you. Light bulb sleep killer #5 inconsistent schedule. Weekend warrior sleep patterns, staying up till 2 a.m., then crashing until noon, wreck your circadian rhythm. It's called social jet lag, and it can take days for your brain to recover. Fix it, anchor your wake-up time. Even if your bedtime shifts, keep the morning consistent. That's the steering wheel of your circadian clock. Gentlemen, here's the brutal truth. You don't need exotic hacks. You need to stop shooting yourself in the foot. Alcohol, screens, stress, overeating, chaos schedules. These are the silent killers of your energy, focus, and masculinity. So here's my challenge to you. Pick one of these killers and slay it tonight. No excuses. Drop a comment with the number #1, #2, #3, #4, or #5 and commit. Because men who face their sabotage head-on are the men who wake sharper, live longer, and win bigger. Gentlemen, sleep isn't luxury. It's leverage. And if you want to conquer your days, it begins with mastering your nights. Advanced sleep tools and neuroscience hacks. Gentlemen, once you've mastered the basics, light, temperature, schedule, and cutting out the killers, it's time to step into the advanced tier. Neuroscience has given us a set of tools that can supercharge your recovery, especially on nights when life gets messy. These aren't gimmicks. They are research-backed protocols that Dr. Andrew Huberman and other top labs highlight as next-level strategies. Person in bed NSDR non-sleep deep rest. Huberman calls NSDR one of the most powerful tools he's ever come across. Think of it as sleep's cousin. By lying down, closing your eyes, and following a guided body scan or relaxation script, you shift your brainwaves into a state almost identical to early sleep phases. Just 10-20 minutes can restore dopamine, sharpen focus, and even make up for a rough night. It's not replacement, it's reinforcement. Person in lotus position, Yoga Nidra, the ancient upgrade. Yoga Nidra is essentially a structured form of NSDR, rooted in ancient tradition but now validated by modern science. Research shows it calms the nervous system, lowers cortisol, and enhances sleep depth. 15 minutes before bed or even midday can reset your entire system. Gentlemen, this isn't spiritual fluff. It's neuroscience wrapped in ritual. Snowflake cold exposure reset the system. Cold showers or ice baths aren't just for toughness. When timed correctly, they can also impact sleep. Morning cold exposure spikes norepinephrine and dopamine, waking the brain. But a brief cold rinse in the evening. It can accelerate body temperature drop post-shower, helping you fall asleep faster. The key is balance, stimulating early, calming late. Pill smart supplements, less is more. Let's kill a myth. Supplements won't save broken sleep routines, but used wisely, they can be allies. Magnesium threonate or glycinate calms the nervous system. A pygenin, a compound from chamomile, promotes relaxation. Theanine balances caffeine if you overdid it. But here's the rule. Experiment cautiously, one at a time. Don't shotgun your brain chemistry. Headphone sound and vibration hacks. Your brain loves rhythm. White noise, pink noise, or even binaural beats can nudge your nervous system into slower brainwave states. Ever notice why rain sounds or ocean waves feel hypnotic? They mimic the brain's natural sleep frequencies. A simple app, or better yet, a bedside white noise machine can be game-changing, especially in noisy environments. Gentlemen, these are not toys, they are tools, but tools only work if you use them intentionally. Huberman repeats this over and over: protocols matter. That means timing, consistency, and awareness. Try layering one advanced tool into your routine this week. Not all of them, just one. And here's the challenge. Drop in the comments which tool you'll test first. NSDR, Nidra, cold, supplement, or sound. Choose it, name it, own it. Because when you declare it, your brain takes it seriously. Remember, sleep is not the absence of wakefulness. It's the foundation of performance. And men who master advanced recovery don't just survive the day, they dominate it. Closing emotion plus call to action. Gentlemen, let's take a step back. We've journeyed through the science of sleep, from the circadian rhythms that govern your biology to the protocols that sharpen your nights to the silent killers you've been fighting, and finally the advanced hacks that can turn rough days into recoveries. Here's the truth. Sleep is not weakness. It is not laziness. It is not the luxury society makes it out to be. Sleep is strategy. It's the hidden superpower fueling your focus, your discipline, your mood, and yes, your very purpose. Neuroscience shows us that every night you give your brain quality sleep, you're not just resting, you're rewiring. You're clearing toxins, consolidating memory, rebuilding muscle, and resetting dopamine. Gentlemen, you're literally creating tomorrow's version of yourself while you sleep. And if you've been living in the fog, groggy mornings, restless nights, endless caffeine just to get by, this is not permanent. You are not broken. You are unfinished. Your nervous system is waiting for you to align it with the rhythm it was designed for. So here's my invitation. Make this the night you take sleep seriously. Whether it's stepping into the sunlight tomorrow morning, setting your caffeine cutoff, dimming your lights tonight, or trying NSDR for the first time, pick one protocol and commit. Because small, consistent actions are what create transformation. And now let me ask you for something simple but powerful. Hit that like button. Do it not for me, for yourself. Because when you do, you're making a declaration. I choose strength. I choose focus. I choose a life built on energy, not exhaustion. And to every man who takes that step, I'll speak this blessing. May your nights be deep, may your mornings be sharp, may your relationships be rich, and may the very purpose you've been searching for come into focus faster than you imagined. Comment below, tell me what protocol you're committing to. Share this episode with another man who needs to hear it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now, because this is just the beginning of what neuroscience can unlock for your health, your mind, and your life. Gentlemen, remember this. The day belongs to the man who masters the night. And your next chapter doesn't begin when the sun rises. It begins when you decide tonight to honor the science of sleep.